the brothers and the sisters, cooling out, having fun, drinking yayan with Yahweh Shah up in the kingdom, yeah. Who are we? What Shah's the power?
FM 1092. Yeah, Stafford, Texas. You know, all that's on the poster there. We also have another location out in San Antonio. Their info's there. Their class signs are the same as ours, but they start 30 minutes later and end a little bit later as well. All right. We also got the school in Norfolk, Virginia. Their class days are Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and they have Shabbat class. So if you're in the Norfolk area, you know, please stop by and visit the brothers. If you've been watching online, enjoying the class, been getting fed, you know, stop by and see what the brothers are about face to face. All right. We also got another location out in New York, Rochester, New York. That's 1600 Lyle Ave, Suite 1A, Rochester, New York, 14606. Their class times are the same as Virginia's. All right, so make the trip, check out the brothers, you know, get fed face to face. Someone was telling me you can watch online, but it's not the same as being live and in action with the rest of your brothers and sisters. So make it to a school, if possible. All right, we do have the Blog Talk Radio, blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, and that's every Tuesday, Thursday, starting at 10 a.m. We have other YouTube, it's $75, so, you know, you can check that subscription out. And on Mondays, and here will be on Tuesdays. All right. If you need to reach a priest or teacher, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 757-300-4047, or you can reach Priest Quatazah at 303-557-8979. And also the info is there on the poster as well. We have a business. It's called Sweet Ambiance. You know, and you already know about Sweet Ambiance. But if you did not know, we do have a monthly subscription package, and we got several different monthly subscription packages. So check it out. You got the Bath and Bubbles. You got the Apothecary Dream. You know, you can get oils. You can get soaps. You can get bath bombs. You know. Sugar scrubs. I know y'all like to be. And plus, you know, give them to the school and you get a little something in return. If you make any donations, you can drop that into the Wells Fargo account. That account number is there on the poster. We also take Google Wallet and we do Zelle. And all the information that you would need to send the funds, however you want to send it, is here on the poster. So, you know, if you're online, you're on YouTube, all you gotta do is press pause. It's right there. You got it. If you want to mail anything to the schools, whether it be pens, highlighters, apocryphers, dictionaries, Bibles, larger print, the better. Or if you want to send some frankincense and myrrh for the services, you know, put in something to help beautify the schools, because the Houston school still has new pictures, posters, or frankincense and myrrh, or anything that would help beautify the school. What's up? And he'll give you some ideas of what you can send. All right? That's it for the announcements. That's it for the announcements.
I'm waiting upon you around. Let's kick it off right with these opening prayers.
First, like while you're saying it, start like.
I haven't said nothing yet. Oh. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Hahawa'ah.
Hawa'ah.
Lathalanawa.
Lathalanawa.
War.
War.
Zayawam.
Zayawam.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Amen.
Let us bless you, Yahweh, and name Yahushai, that gives to us the light this day. Thanks so be it. The light represents the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding we obtain through the scriptures.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Hahawa'ah.
Hawa'ah.
Nathalanawa.
Lathalanawa.
Rayach.
Rayach.
Nayachacha.
Nayachacha.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Amen.
Let us bless you, Yahweh, and name Yahushai, that gives to us sweet savor. Thank you, so be it. The frankincense and myrrh represents our prayers going up to the Most High as a sweet savor.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Hahawa'ah.
Hawa'ah.
Lathalanawa.
Lathalanawa.
Hashabbat.
Hashabbat.
Bashalom.
Bashalom.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Amen.
Let us bless you, Yahweh, and name Yahushai, that gives us the Sabbath and peace. Thank you, so be it.
This is Psalm chapter 1, verse 21. Aynashah.
Aynashah.
Ayanyam Yah.
Ayanyam Yah.
Al Haharyam.
Al-Haharyam.
Na'ayah.
Na'ayah.
Wabawa'ah.
Wabawa'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Wabawa'ah.
Wabawa'ah.
Ma Yahweh.
Ma Yahweh.
Sha'aisha.
Sha'aisha.
Shamayim.
Shamayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanathan.
Yanathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalia.
Regalia.
Yala'ah.
Yala'ah.
Nawam.
Nawam.
Shashawamar.
Shashawamar.
Yasharallah.
Yasharallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarya.
Shamarya.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalia.
Tazalia.
Al. Yamyam Yah.
Yamyam Yah.
Yad.
Yad.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
Yala'ah.
Yala'ah.
Hakayah.
Hakayah.
Bayawam.
Bayawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Halabanah.
Halabanah.
Balayalah.
Balayalah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarya.
Yashamarya.
Wakal Rai.
Wakal Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Yapashya.
Yapashya.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Hawalakia.
Hawalakia.
Wabawa'aya.
Wabawa'aya.
Ma'aitan.
Ma'aitan.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Iwalam.
Iwalam.
Aman.
Amen.
This is Psalm chapter 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Aman.
Amen.
Shema Yasharallah.
Shema Yasharallah.
Yahweh Allahaya Nawa.
Yahweh Allahaya Nawa.
Yahweh Achad.
Yahweh Achad.
Shema Yasharallah.
Shema Yasharallah.
Yahweh Allahaya Nawa.
Yahweh Allahaya Nawa.
Yahweh Achad.
Yahweh Achad.
Shema Yasharallah.
Shema Yasharallah.
Yahweh Allahaya Nawa.
Yahweh Allahaya Nawa.
Yahweh Achad.
Yahweh Achad.
That's here, O Israel. Yahweh our power. Yahweh is one.
This is the Lord's Prayer. You can find it in Matthew 6 and 9. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak Wavka.
Malak Wavka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Lamlanawa.
Lamlanawa.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Kol.
Kol.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Basalach Nawa.
Basalach Nawa.
Hawawath Nawa.
Hawawath Nawa.
Hasalach Nawa.
Hasalach Nawa.
Hawawath Yenawa.
Hawawath Yenawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Abiyanawa.
Abiyanawa.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashai Nawa.
Awashai Nawa.
Rayan.
Rayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Lakah.
Lakah.
Hamalakwath.
Hamalakwath.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wa'atha Pa'arath.
Wa'atha Pa'arath.
La'ai Walanya.
La'ai.
This is the Lord's Prayer. Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Aishara.
Matazawa. The Ten Commandments.
Number 1, La'a.
Yahaya.
Laka.
Alahayim.
Aharyam. Alpanya.
Thou shalt have no powers before me.
La'a.
La'isha.
Laka. Basal. Wala'a. La'ibadam.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
La'a.
Dalakwak.
Sham. Yahweh. Bashawa.
Thou shalt not take Yahweh's name in vain.
Zakar. Hayawam.
Hashabat.
Laquadashwa.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Kabad.
Abaka.
Amaka.
Honor thy father and mother.
La'a. Laratazak.
Thou shalt not murder.
La'a.
Dana'at. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
La'a.
Daganah. Thou shalt not steal.
La'a.
Da'inah.
Shakur.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
La'a.
Lachamad.
Call. Asherah.
La'aika. Thou shalt not covet anything that is thy neighbor's.
Bahasha. This ain't a long one. It's 25. We're only going to Leviticus 26. We're only doing one chapter in Leviticus, a few scriptures in Jeremiah, and then you didn't put the Apocrypha, right? No. Right. Yep. Yes, sir. So where we at?
Leviticus chapter 25 and verse 1.
Candles, just a little bit this way. Look. So it's not blocking his face.
And the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep the Sabbath unto the Lord.
Right, so this reading is going to go into the land Sabbath, because we did have a Sabbath for the land. Very necessary, very helpful. So he's going to give us, we're going to go into the land Sabbath, we're going to go into the year of Jubilee, the year of release. We're going to go through those customs. Go ahead.
Verse 3. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land. A Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. That which groweth of its own, according of thy harvest, thou shalt not reap.
Right. So 6 years you worked, you put in that work, you reaped and sowed. On that 7th year, you let the land be. Right? You let things germinate, harvest these things to store up. Go ahead.
Neither gather the grapes of thy vines undressed.
Right.
For it is a year of rest unto the land, and the Sabbath of the land shall.
What's going on now? What's happening? And what's happening to the farmlands? Huh? Right. Right? When the Most High decides to curse you, how does he hit you? He takes away that rain, right? What's up? What were you going to say?
Well, he curses the fruit of the land.
Yeah, he takes away. First, it's easy. He just stops it from raining. You see that? He just stops it from raining. Go to Deuteronomy real quick. Go to Deuteronomy 11-17 real quick. Somebody else.
Against you.
And that's what's going on with America. That's what's going on with the world. His wrath is our seeds. Ukraine. barley, Ukraine. Guess where all that stuff is stuck at? In Ukraine. It's all stuck in silos. So even if you can't harvest and reap, the Most High is like, nope, you're not even going to be able to distribute it. Why? Wars. Why? Because y'all are wicked. Go ahead.
And he shut up the heaven.
And he does.
Shut up the heaven.
Go ahead.
That there be no rain.
Go ahead.
And that the land yield not her fruit.
God cursed the world. God curses America. By what? Shutting off that rain. Think about it. You got half America flooding and the other half burning. Isn't that ironic? They're about to do record heat in the Northeast. Record heat from Virginia to Maine. They're going to scorch. Right? They're going to scorch out there. It's been hot as hell out here.
Yep.
I mean, come on. It was 80 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning. 18 degrees at 8 a.m. Think about that. Think about that. The hotter it gets earlier, guess what's going to be longer? Hurricane season.
Yeah.
Hotter heat. That means hurricane season is going to be extra long out here. It just dropped snow in Colorado over the
They feed off of that warm water.
Yep.
They get more strength off of the warm when season starts.
Yep. But if you look, it's been starting earlier and earlier and lasting longer.
Yeah.
Hurricane season used to be 3 months.
Right.
And then it started to be 4 months, then 5 months. And then you get like maybe 10 named storms. Now you got 50 named storms.
Right.
You're getting storms that are being named so early in the season because they're so destructive. But think about it. We don't need no rain in Houston. We ain't no drought out here. They need rain in California, but why is he dumping on Houston? Why is it so ironic that Houston and the lower Gulf Coast is getting dumped on? They don't need no water. They need water in Cali. They need water in Colorado. They need water in Arizona. But he's burning them places up, sending no rain because he's showing his anger. Go ahead.
Unless ye perish quickly from off the good land which the Lord giveth you.
Right. Go down to 2 Chronicles.
2 Chronicles chapter 2, verse 26.
No, 6:26.
No, 6 verse 26, forgive me. When the heaven is shut up, and there is no rain, because they have sinned against thee, yet if they pray toward this place,
Which they're not going to do. We're the only ones praying towards the Most High, praying towards the homeland, Israel, Jerusalem. Go ahead.
and confess thy name, and turn from their sin, when thou dost afflict them, then
Right.
hear thou,
Go ahead.
then hear thou from heaven, and forgive the sin of thy servants and of thy people Israel.
Right. And the only reason why this place is not in total famine is because we're here. Look at the baby formula shortage. Feminist movement wins again.
Time.
Feminist movement wins again. They told y'all don't be at home feeding your babies. No need to breastfeed. We can just give them formula. We can just formalize the babies. Now they ain't none.
Right.
Now you got to import formula from other countries. Who the hell knows what's in that formula?
That's right.
It was already suspect out here. That's why they shut down the plants. So the babies are starving.
That's hilarious.
You eating? I watched a dude take some codfish, unthawed it. He took it and squeezed it. He said it's like diaper, like the material they have in a diaper. He squeezed it, right, and it just stayed shrunken. Then he put it in the water and it just expanded. Now fish is supposed to break apart, but when he squeezed it, it just like a sponge. It just boom, and then it just stayed like a little tight ball. And then when he put it in that water, it just expanded back out. I'm like, they got us eating plastic.
Right.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm gonna send a video last week there where it's showing Bill Gates and put his hand in the formula. That he sent it to
Third world countries?
laboratories and stuff to make it.
I wouldn't doubt it. He got all the money. He's the mad scientist trying to block out the sun. He's trying to block out the sun to cause more famine. But think about how much all these places where they gotta grow food under the cover of greenhouses.
That's true.
You go to Europe, they got farms then that feed the world, but they can't. They got to do grow lights and indoor greenhouses and all these different things just to get food. Fake rain. They got to have rainwater systems because without it, bro, ain't nothing growing. They got to GMO your grains. They genetically modify grains to grow with less water.
Right.
That's why corn is so easy to grow. That's why, it's mainly corn. Corn isn't everything you eat. It's a filler. It's the most grown crop. They feed everything with it. They feed you with it. They make you feel like you're eating good.
It's like soybeans also.
Soybeans, those things that don't need water, beans grow like this. Boop. They just, you put them in the ground, they just go. Yeah.
Why would somebody trust somebody that said they want to get rid of the population? Okay, first he put his hand and money into getting
That's what I meant.
vaccinations. Okay, then now he in the baby farming. So all that sounds like he trying to get rid of the population to me. Like he spoke about years ago when he first came on the scene. Nobody remember that though. When that dude first came on the scene, that's all he talked about. Depopulating the earth. I know who he was thinking of. It ain't hard. They don't tell a ballistic expert to figure out who he was talking about. Okay?
Go to Jeremiah real quick. Woo. Jeremiah 14 verse 2. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2.
We don't really read down on this one, but read.
Judah warning,
Right?
and the gates thereof language.
Go ahead.
They are black unto the ground.
Go ahead.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
But now we're in where the cry of the world is trying to go up, and the Most High ain't hearing it. Read on.
And their nobles have sent their little ones to the water.
Come on.
They came to the pit and found no water.
This is what's going on throughout the world. Go ahead.
They returned with their vessels empty.
Read.
They were ashamed and confused,
Confounded.
and covered their heads.
Go ahead.
Because the ground is chapped.
Yeah, like some chapped lips. The ground is chapped. It's dry, son. Look like we about to crack and bleed.
Talk about me?
No, I'm not. Read on. Read on.
For there was no rain in the earth.
Right?
The
Plowing.
plowmen were ashamed.
Right?
They covered their heads.
Read on.
Yea, the hind also called
Calved.
in the field and forsook it.
Right?
Because there was no grass.
So everything is suffering under these conditions. Why? Well, it goes back to us not keeping these little bit of these laws, man. It goes back to us not doing with the land what the Most High said. Land Sabbath. Now think about it. I get it. Faithless Israel, faithless America, faithless heathen. I got to work 6 years, and on the seventh year I can't eat nothing. Nah, dummy. No, he said he was going to give you enough for 3 years to cover you until the 9th. But what's the problem? Faithless and adulterous generation. Right? Faithless, non-believing generation. And then we went into 1 million captivities. Before we could even do this, we went into captivity. Before we could have the land long enough to do a jubilee, we was in captivity. Right, running from other nations.
Yeah.
So, but why? Because all the other things that we were doing. Right? So one thing affects another. Jump back to Leviticus.
Leviticus chapter 25, verse 6.
Right?
And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee, and for thy servant, and for thy maid, and for thy hired servant,
Right.
and for thy stranger that sojourneth with thee.
Right. See, the dope thing about the Sabbath of the land, even though you didn't go out there and do a full harvest, you will be able to go and pick things to eat. It's going to tell us. You'll be able to go and pick. You wouldn't just let things just go completely to waste. But you couldn't go out there in full harvest mode. But let's say you was walking by a field and you wanted to pluck a little something. Be my guest. It says it. You could eat on that 7th. Wouldn't go out there in the full harvest mode, picking crops, sowing crops, dressing the field. You see that? You wouldn't go out there with your baskets trying to gather.
That are in the land.
Yeah, any beast that was walking by that want to eat, they could just go up and they can just eat the grapes, right? They could eat the grapes. The ox could eat the corn. They could eat the wheat. It was there. So he wasn't going to stop us from eating. But see, Israel's like, wait a minute. So if we can't gather, we can't eat, which wasn't true. You just couldn't go out and gather in full force, but you could go and gather enough to eat in the moment. If you was walking by the field, just and start gathering into your basket. And you're walking by, boop, right? Do your thing. But you wouldn't gather out of their field. That's just absurd.
It's funny, me and my mom used to do that. We'll be driving down the highway and we'll pull over
Yeah.
and grab some grapes from somebody's field and then hop back in the car.
Listen,
that's cool.
in Jamaica, my uncle, he lived in his apartment complex, and next door was a hotel, and the hotel had an almond tree, and we used to climb the wall and hit the almond, take the almonds. Man, they used to chase us. They did not want us eating their almonds, and I'm like, dude, like really?
They ain't taking that much.
Yeah, we were kids. We definitely weren't taking that much. You know, but in the islands and places like that, you gotta have almond trees, mango trees, coconut trees, and you know, if that tree is stretching far enough out a little bit, so you have to climb the wall to kind of get the lowest hanging branch.
Right.
And we get our almonds, man. We get our almonds, but the security used to come out and chase us, bro. Every day they'd chase us, just for some raggedy green almonds, raw almonds, right?
There's my mother-in-law, her next door neighbor, they've been growing a tree for like 10 years. It's a lemon tree.
Mm-hmm.
Man, them lemons are like this big. They never touch the tree and they just let it grow. And it goes over her fence.
Right.
Well, they're limes actually because they're green.
Right.
Mainly, but they're huge.
Yeah, because you got key lime.
Tree.
So,
Yeah, with some of the grapefruits out there, I cut it open.
I know some like 4 or 5 seeds.
I know another place, another guy that grown. He give us to him out there in the pool.
Yeah, when you get them, just bring me the seeds.
Okay.
Just dry them up, bring them. Apples I bought from the store. Just,
Wow.
yeah. I want an apple tree. I want a lime.
Second precept.
Mm-hmm.
Shall all the increase thereof be meat?
Right. All the increase thereof be meat. Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Right. What's 7 times 7?
Thee 49 years. Then shalt thou make the trumpet sound throughout unto all the inhabitants thereof.
Right. So the year of Jubilee was going to be the release from whatever debt that you owed, from whatever not slavery, but if we had to work as like a higher servant, things like that. That was the year to release debt. That 50th year, the year of Jubilee. Go ahead.
It shall be a jubilee unto you.
To get back into a good estate, that will be returned. Read.
And ye shall return every man unto his family, growth of itself in it, nor gather the grapes undressed.
Right.
The field.
Right. So you can go and eat from the field, but you wouldn't gather a basket from the field to the house to you know why? Because it was a rest. You're supposed to rest from a few things. Think about it. Why did you gather all those? Right. So that had to. So you. Right. You think like, oh, I'm losing now, but now seeing that the Most High, He said He's going to give us enough until the 9th year, 3 times the amount in 1 year, to be able to live off of it. Players.
This is unto thy neighbor, or
I do it to be like merchants and anything like that, but we would still follow this.
Yeah, of course. Rehearsing righteous acts. Right? They didn't give you the year of release